This video was sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Okay, so Arena Cube it is. So before we jump into this Arena Cube draft, I want to remind everyone that my content is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store using my referral link if you click on the link in the description below on YouTube, or their logo below on Twitch. You can get all kinds of Magic products there, including, Strixhaven right now, but also Modern Horizons 2. You'll be able to pre-order singles and everything else from, Adventures of Forgotten Realms. So, yeah. Guess we're going to use gold. Yeah. This is an interesting cube because, in a lot of ways, I feel like aggro is the best deck, and there aren't that many cubes where that's true, but... I mean, the best decks are either, 4 or 5 color good stuff or aggro, so... Okay. Well, what do we have here? Okay. So Angel of Invention's obviously pretty sweet, an anthem for your whole team, can fabricate, can just be a kind of big creature itself. Realm Cloak Giant's pretty sweet because it does have a board sweeper, so if we're going to be a more controlling deck, you kind of want access to these board sweepers, and that is one. And he's also a win condition of sorts if you do get to board sweep with him. A Braid's pretty good because it deals with so many things. Thragtusk, that's the thing with Cube. A lot of these cards are just, really good. That's just how it is, all the cards are quite good. So, it's kind of funny. I guess I don't have Cardboard Live on, huh? So, where do we want to go here? Kind of leaning towards the Giant. I just feel like the board sweeper / finisher aspect of it is really, really good. Pushes us in the direction of a more controlling deck. Okay, as does Kaya. She's a great planeswalker. Kills stuff, makes your creatures replace themselves. We do have another sweeper. We could also take Fixing. Fixing is a higher priority in cubes than it is in most other formats you've ever played. I think I'm leaning towards Kaya here. See where things take us, huh? So... Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. Nice utility, hating the graveyard and everything else. We can also take removal that's attached to a land. Do we just want to keep taking removal? I mean, we do have a win condition, a couple win conditions already, so taking a bunch of removal isn't the worst plan ever, especially when it's attached to a land. We do have some ramp here. Ramp is a real strategy here. I think I'm going to take Phyrexian Arena, actually. I just think the cards that it grants us are just super powerful. So, yeah. Okay, so... some power here, huh? So, if we wanted to be mono black, Ayara is really interesting. You don't have to be the player, but she's definitely better. We do have a couple of really good aggro cards here. Let's have a reanimation spell, which, if we end up in a reanimation deck... which is, ending up in one is very possible. So, thinking about something like the Necromancer isn't the worst plan. Leyline Tyrant is great, obviously. But yeah, let's take the Necromancer, see what's what. Okay, so, there is an aggressive black deck, and Gutter Bones is usually going to be a part of that. Teferi is quite good. I mean, we could just grab another Planeswalker and see where things take us. I mean, you know, just being like a Planeswalker control deck is a very real kind of thing. You know, and it does kind of feel like black and white are both getting cut pretty significantly. You know, Gutter Bones and Castle Lochthwain are fine. We have some fixing too. I think I'm just going to take Teferi here.
I've stopped too many apocalypses to let another happen.
See what happens there. Okay, so another pretty good aggro card in Legion's Landing. This is a nice 2-drop because, you know, Death Touch and Lifelink. You know, Raidane is pretty sweet. Not as good here as in, like, you know, Kaldheim, where there's a bunch of snow lands around. But still, pretty sweet. I'm leaning a little towards Gifted Aetherborn here. Yeah. You know, even if we're a control deck, we need some early plays. You could also consider some fixing. There is a lot of it right now. So we could sort of morph into a... If we keep seeing fixing, we could think about going a little harder in one direction or another. Okay, well, here's the good mono-white card in Benelish Marshall. Okay, so do I just want treasure map? Pretty good at setting some stuff up for us. Fight with Fire is quite good. You know, if we get enough creatures that this is good with, it can be pretty sweet. We're not really there. I think we want the map. It just sets up so much value that it's hard to say no to. And the Lorehold command is great, and it wouldn't be hard to splash in this deck if we are black-white. Yeah, so I think we take the command here. So, where are we now? So, if we do have Planeswalkers, proliferating is not the worst thing ever, but it's not that great either. Pilgrim of the Ages seems okay, you know, gives us something grindy to do with our mana, and so forth. Okay, so I think we're taking some fixing here. Enough fixing is still in these packs that I might pivot into a more, like, multicolor deck. I mean, we haven't picked up any yet, to be fair. I mean, Treasure Map is sort of fixing, but yeah. I guess it's more likely Hengegate Pathway is more useful, so that's what we'll take there. Okay, so we got Hagra back. We also have Hedron Archive here if we want to be a little rampy, and it's not the worst plan ever. I'm probably just going to take the removal here, though. Okay, so Ayara came back. I don't think we're going to be mono black, but if we did end up there, it wouldn't be too bad of a thing to have happen. So yeah, if we play, this gives us fixing to maybe play Teferi if we do end up staying in these colors. Yeah, so right now we're just sort of a wacky deck with not really interested in that much synergy. We do have the Necromancer. Right now I don't see it working out for us, but it can happen. Okay, so I just take this fixing too, even though it's completely off color. I mean, if we did end up being an aggressive deck, Gutter Bones is good, especially if we have sacrifice stuff. But I think we do just take the fixing here and see what happens there. Okay, so white aggro must be pretty open with both of these cards still around. I'm going to take Raidane, because if we don't play an aggro deck, it's going to be better than that flip card. Wow. So mono white aggro is really open. There's a Benelish Marshall still. That is interesting, isn't it? We got like a bunch of really good white aggro cards late. So yeah. Magma Opus is a pretty sweet thing to ramp into. Got some really good removal in this pack between Fatal Push and Swords to Plowshares. The Birth of Meletis is always nice in a little controlling deck. If yeah, I mean, you know, sort of sets up, makes it easier for you to go late in the game. Makes sure you hit a land drop and so forth. I think we just take Swords here. Okay, well, this is something that would be more interesting to reanimate. And it also reanimates stuff itself. Interesting. Well, I think this is probably going to push me all the way to being a control deck. Approach is just a great win condition. It is a little slow and stuff. We can definitely get run over by aggro, but I think it's good enough that we just take it here. And if that's the case, we're probably a black-white control deck. I mean, we have a decent base for such a deck. So, yeah. Okay, so Mythos of Nethroi, pretty good removal. We do already have a lot. Sedgemoor Witch is quite good. It's like an earlier game win condition for us, potentially. Eldest Reborn is also great. Really setting up your, reanimate stuff for one thing, but it can steal your opponent's stuff. It's a really nice card. I mean, we are going to need to, lower our curve summon. I doubt we're playing Banalish Marshal. At some point, we're going to need to lower our curve, but I think we got to take Eldest Reborn here. Although, maybe I should just want her more, huh? Nah, we'll take Eldest Reborn. Okay. So Massacre Worm's kind of tricky to cast, but I think it's another card we're probably interested in for this deck. Blood Mage isn't bad either, but I think we just grab Massacre Worm here. Okay, so we do need, some early drops at some point, and I think this pack is giving us a look at some. We could either take this, which can be a 2-drop, but doesn't have that much synergy with our deck, or the Expert, which allows us to disrupt our opponent, which I think we're a little more interested in this particular deck. So, yeah. We do want card draw because it accelerates things for our approach, but yeah. Okay, this guy's nice just because he can be an early drop if that's what we need, but he can also draw us cards and stuff. Woe Strider's also quite good. Doomblade's also quite good. This pack has a lot for us. Doom Foretold's cool, but kind of hard to set up in Limited. Fixing is not the worst idea ever either. But, yeah. Gosh. I'm kind of tempted to just grab yet another removal spell. I think I'm going to do it. Okay, so here's Archfiend's Vessel, which can get interesting with reanimating, but we're not doing a great job of that. I kind of just want to take Amiria's Call, just because it's a land when we need it to be, and a pretty real win condition late, so I think I'm down with taking it there. So Bozriket's definitely a Planeswalker for more aggressive decks, and that's not what we are. I think we want Mind Stone. We're doing some big mana things. Okay, Ranger of Eos, not for us. These two lands are both nice, but our mana base is probably going to be weird. So I think we just take Scattered Groves, take some more fixing here. Doesn't enable anything yet, but it might later. Here's a sweet reanimation spell, but we're not really set up for it. I guess I'm just going to take more fixing here. I guess the castle's not terrible, actually. Yeah, I can live with that. So once again, well, Sedgemoor Witch came back, and I think we do take her. We have a lot of spells, so yeah. So splashing Glasspool Mimic isn't that far-fetched, and it's more likely to make the cut than like Witch's Cauldron. It probably won't happen, but I'll take the intervention here. I mean, it's definitely better for an aggro deck, but the Hellblade's not terrible. Let's take Doom Foretold, though. I mean, it could be fun to try to make it work. I don't think we will, but, So right now, we're not actually using any of this fixing, but I think leaving it in our deck so we sort of remember it exists when thinking about picks is probably a good idea. Yeah, Black-White is very open. It's true. So, yeah, I mean, even though I think we have the makings of a pretty good control deck, we definitely need to find a few more low drops. So, yeah. Okay. So, Cruel Reality is kind of cool, but not really, something we need. I think what we've got going on win condition-wise is just going to be better. Kind of leaning towards just taking Skittering Surveyor. It'll make fixing really easy. It'll allow us to splash this command without a whole lot of effort. And I think splashing this command is definitely worth it. So I think that's where we go. Sort of body and mind's cool, but yeah, we're going to take the Surveyor here. We could think about Dromoka's Command and splashing it, but I don't think that's what we want to do. Surveyor it is. It's also another cheap creature, which we could use some more of. So Rakel's pretty great. Baleful Mastery, nice removal. Same thing for Disfigure. Overwhelming Splendor's kind of cool. If we had more ramp, I'd probably go for like these two crazy curses we've seen. But I don't have enough. So yeah, I'm leaning Rankle here. I just feel like we have enough sweepers that, I mean, enough removal that we're not like desperate for more. I mean, we'll take more to be sure, but you know. So Cryptbreaker's interesting. It can do some pretty real nonsense. You know, in the early game, it gives us an early creature, but also one that allows us to crank out tokens if that's what we need. We've also got some fixing here, but we don't really have anything green we're trying to splash, so it doesn't really matter much. Agonizing Remorse is nicely disruptive, but I think we just take Cryptbreaker. Okay, so how did you end up in here over again? We probably do have more zombies, but I don't think we have a ton. Here's a great card for the aggro deck, for sure. So Inscription of Ruin's interesting. Timurat Calls the Dead is too. This fixing does help us with our Lorehold command. Eliminate gives us more removal. I think I'm going to take the fixing here. Okay, so, you know, these three cards are all sort of aggressive more than anything else, but they all are also pretty reasonable early drops. I guess probably the Knight is better. We're not doing much with our graveyard, otherwise I'd be more interested in the Triton, but I think we just take Knight of the Ebon Legion here. Okay, so Mangara can be real obnoxious for people to deal with. Shadow Spear is good equipment. Nightmare Shepherd is another sort of bomby win condition, which maybe we could use another one of those. I think our curve is low enough now that I'm not like super freaking out. You know, I don't need to take a Dauntless Bodyguard. I think we're looking at Mangara or Nightmare Shepherd basically. And I think we're going to go with the Shepherd in the end. Ooh, Languish. So more sweepers are good. This pack does also have Skyclave Apparition, but we really could have used another sweeper, and we got one here. One thing we still don't have as much of as I'd like is, like, card draw, you know, for our approach, but maybe we'll find it. So this would also help with Lorehold Command, but I think between our Skittering Surveyor and our one other piece of fixing, we're fine. I think I'll just grab more removal here. Take the Harvester. You know, probably need more creatures in our deck than we have for that to make sense, but there wasn't much in that pack anyway. So, I don't think we need you. Or you. Well, there's that Overwhelming Splendor. Guess I'm gonna grab it here. Yeah, I can cast the black side of this, which, with Approach of the Second Sun, like, isn't the worst idea ever. I was saying we need card draw, and it can do that in theory. Okay, I don't know that we want Valentin, but I guess Rankle can draw us cards. So I think this looks like a pretty solid control deck. I mean, I think maybe it could have been a better deck if we went like 3+ colors with more fixing, but I'm pretty okay with how it panned out. I think we've got a lot of sweepers, powerful top curve here, bunch of removal on the lower part of our curve, and, you know, reasonable little creatures who can help us hold down the fort. Yeah. So, oh, we do have the arena too. That's good. That's good for our approach to the second sun. So we're only going to need to run one mountain. I mean, we're just splashing Lorehold Command here. And the Triome, the mountain, and the Surveyor is going to be plenty for that. Yeah. I think then we want to put in another Plains. Well, maybe not, actually. Our deck's not very white now that I look at it. We could have been mono black almost. Interesting. I don't think we want to be, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to cast Amiria's Call, but the bright, you know, if we can't cast it, we can just play it as a land. So it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, so that puts us. So I think we subtract a Plains and add another swamp. Is what we actually want to do. So that gives us 7 white sources, 9 black, and 1 red, which is fine. All right, so do we want Valentin? Probably not. I mean, I guess we're going to kill our opponent's creatures a lot. So maybe we do. Just like paying a kicker to make a 1/1 seems pretty sweet. Oh yeah, this is another white source too, so yeah, that's good news. All right, so do we need Nightmare Shepherd? Don't think we play Inscription of Ruin. We probably don't really want Ray Dane either. I guess the shield part of it can be useful, but it doesn't. It's more of an aggressive card for sure. I think Pilgrim helping us make sure we hit our land drops is probably worth it in this deck. Hagra Mauling's another black source too. So we could actually consider... We've got one double-faced Plains, basically, and one double-faced Swamp. So we could maybe cut one land. I mean, we do have a high curve, but it's not as high as it looks, really. I don't think. Because of the modal cards and stuff like that, and adventure and etc. So yeah, I think we cut a swamp here. We need to cut one more card. I guess I could maybe consider splashing something else, like the Glasspool Mimic, but eh. So I do kind of keep coming back to Valentin, but maybe it's just better than our other 1-drops that we do have. I mean, we're not a deck desperate for 1-drops, that's for sure. I mean, we're not... We need them to not die, but we're not really about them. Maybe I cut the Shepherd and leave in Wrinkle. Although I think having these big flyers, you know, to back up all our removal is probably worth it. So I keep coming back here. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it is Valentin in the end. I mean, it's tempting to think of the ideal situation with him, but that won't start really doing a thing until late. And I think these two have a lot of late game viability and early game usefulness. So, yeah. All right. let's... I did cut a landy on Volterra. We only have 16. Okay. You know, not having the double black for this right off the bat is always annoying, but it's going to happen. I mean, our deck's mana isn't incredible or anything. We will play a swamp here, because I guess if we draw another black source, we probably just play the Aetherborn. We do not. So that means we want to play Treasure Map. Nice little source of ramp for some of our bigger things. Okay, we have lots of ways to kill that. I'm not sure I'm worried enough about it right this second to go after it. I think making sure we hit our 4th land drop, which I guess the treasure map could help us with. But, yeah, I think I'm going to play the Pilgrim here. I mean, this thing will get big, but I currently have 2 ways to kill it, so I'm not super alarmed about it. I could even block it here and force them to use up a spell one way or another. I don't know if I hate that. I guess I'd like it more, though, to wait until I can kill it in response so they really don't get any value out of it. Okay, there's the other black. Yeah, I guess we play our Aetherborn here. Well, do we want to attack first? Yeah, I don't hate that. Alright, so let's play the Aetherborn here. Leave up swords. And scrying. Ooh. That's definitely something we gotta kill. Can get real wacky if one doesn't. Alright, so we're gonna scry first. Information's good. Ooh. That's pretty spicy, isn't it? I'm gonna have to wait a turn to play it, but I think I can live with it, with that fact. Oh, actually I don't. I'll just swords Rashmi and then play the Eldest Reborn. That's gonna be gross. / awesome. Awesome for us, gross for our opponent. Yeah, so we just play the Eldest Reborn here. Clears their board. Attack them for 4. Still got a Doomblade in our back pocket. Alright, so let's attack with both of these. I have a feeling something's dying or getting bounced or something here. Like, that has to happen at some point, right? So this turn, we play our swamp and just end our turn, and then at the end of their turn, we can treasure map and make a token. Isn't too bad. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good end of turn thing to do. And then if we draw a land, we can play our approach and really try to get there. Think twice is so cool. It doesn't seem very exciting, I know, but it's a fun little card. That little flashback. I know they've got something big coming our way at some point. I'm just hopeful it's something we can deal with. Well, that's not big. It's, you know, a 1/3 does hold back our Pilgrim here. Ah, Outrun's Epiphany. That could be a problem. You know, I did that backwards. I should have swords this and then gotten back their Rashmi. That would have been way better. I just realized. Alright, so we're going to scry here. More removal. We kind of want to draw a land, to be honest, so we can cast Approach here. Yeah, I think I'm going to bottom this. And then do this. Get their Dragon's Guard Elite. So I guess this will flip right now if I do it, and then I'll be able to cast Approach, which seems pretty good. Now, we do need to remember not to play our Skittering Surveyor once our Approach is on top, but, you know. Do we really need a land now? Kind of wish I'd taken that Vraska's Contempt in retrospect, since my treasure map was going to be enough here. I don't think we do. Alright, so, yeah. So then we're going to attack here with our Aetherborn. So we know they're going to take an extra turn here, which is going to be a pain, but I think I can live with that. And then we're going to cast Approach. They could have counter magic, but I think it's worth the risk. And they do. Alright, fair enough. Maybe we'll just have to win with creatures. Oh, that's gross. Especially because they're not going to let me Oh, they will actually let me untap. Just kidding. It's not as gross as I thought. Okay, so we're going to Doomblade Kogla here. While he can't become indestructible. Then I think we want to Surveyor into... Well, I guess we'll attack first, actually. So this turn is probably when they'll take that extra turn. Guess we'll grab our one mountain. Just in case we draw our Lorehold command. Of course, we have treasure, so... Okay, so we're going to draw 2 cards a turn. Like I said, we're probably not going to get a turn right away here, but drawing 2 cards a turn is going to be pretty great. Okay, that's surprisingly slow choice by our opponent, I think. So I think we want to draw another card with Treasure Cruise here. So we can do 2, 4, 5, 6. If things go really sideways, we do have Languish. Yeah. This only gains me life, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's play our Sedgemoor Witch here. Then we'll use Vraska's Contempt on the Augur. So I think we've now gone wide enough that we don't really have to worry about them taking an extra turn or any of that. Like, even though they're going to get 2 birds and all that stuff. Well, maybe we do need to worry a little, huh? Given that our languish won't kill it, the 7/7. Okay. We have 6 attackers, so I think we're okay. Yeah. Wait, we're actually not. Why'd they say good game? Because it doesn't quite get me there. I'd have to draw a removal or something here. Are they saying good game because they think they're gonna win? Seems like a possibility. I mean, I definitely attack with everything here. It's just a question of... do I want to acquisitions expert first? Probably not. They're tapped out. I would have... oh, I don't have any party, actually, so... so, yeah, I think we... oh, Menace. I forgot about Menace. Okay, overthinking. Good call. This card already seems like it does so much that the fact that it has Menace is, like, wacky. Exactly lethal. You know, we felt more like an aggro deck in that game in a lot of ways. I mean, I guess we did kill all their stuff, which is a little less aggro. But, you know, we mostly played some early creatures who did a bunch of damage. We tried to go off with our approach, but they didn't want us to. Thank you for the follow, Duck33. The follow animation is particularly apt for you, as you can see that it's a mother duck and her baby, her ducklings following her. So this is another hand that could be kind of aggro. Eldritch Reborn was really key in that game, I guess, too, which isn't exactly an aggro card. But turn 1 Knight of the Ebon Legion can just be a real pain to deal with. Hi, Duck. Yeah, you, I kind of forgot that my mage had Menace. And, almost didn't realize it could kill you, so... Ooh, okay. Got a graveyard deck here. Which is not... awesome. Let's let them stock their graveyard even more. I am playing draft, B. Jacomon. I'm just playing cube, which is draft. It's just a different kind of draft. Okay, it's always interesting. I mean, they may have something to sack it to, I guess, in which case they'll get more value. But sometimes it's like, you may as well just block, you know? Like, might as well block. So let's attack with our knight here. Better chance they block here because I don't want my knight to get bigger. Okay, well, I don't have anything else to do with my mana, so I'm gonna do this. Kind of sucks not to have anything else to do with my mana, but that's not a bad consolation prize, you know? Just crank in with knight, the Ebon Legion. Okay, so we could Vraska's Contempt this to keep them from ever loading up their graveyard. That'd be kind of funny. We're going to attack with our knight here. They are finally going to block, which makes sense, I think. Yeah, I mean, once we get to Eldest Reborn mana, which we could really use right about now, it'll feel pretty good. Play our Shepherd here. Keep the pressure. I think they may kill our Knight here, yeah, they do. So I would love for them to play a creature here and then us just play Eldest Reborn. That would be a great sequence for us, but we do need to draw a 5th land to make that happen. So they're a sacrifice deck. Dang it. Am I worried enough about Mayhem Devil in the future that I just want to kill it here? I think the answer is probably yes. I can wait to do it a little bit. I could also just play out Sedgemoor Witch and maybe get a little greedier. I don't hate playing the Witch. They don't have any sacrifice stuff out right now. I mean, they're likely to play something, but I think we just play the Witch here. Keep the pressure on them. I mean, if they want to kill her with those triggers, they have to take 6 damage to do it, so. You know. And they probably do want to kill her with those triggers because... Or don't want to, because if they do, she'll come back as a token, so... Okay, there's a good Vraska's Contempt target. It's also a thing that will let them sack stuff. But yeah. So, yeah, we're going to Vraska's Contempt the Woe Strider. It can't sack to itself, right? Good. So we can get rid of it forever here. And I think that's what we do. Also lets us attack for 7 here that they can't block. Assuming they let us do this unchecked. Fifth land doesn't look nearly as good once there's a goat in play, though. Although, it would let us play Lorehold Command, which I guess would be pretty good, you know. Alright, so Shepherd's lethal in the air this turn. Okay. Are they gonna somehow try to do lethal here? That looks like their plan. But I'm at 19, so... I guess maybe returning the Scrounger was basically free for them. Okay, so... There's one trigger. They don't have anything that great to get back. I guess Judith is kind of a problem, but not really enough of one. Yeah, I mean, if they can kill our Shepherd, it could be an okay shape here. Do I just want to be safe and block? Okay, well, that works too. So far, I mean, the way the first couple games have played out, we felt a lot more like a sort of mid-rangey deck than a full-on control deck, but I think that's partly because we haven't used sweepers or one with, like, our super high curve win conditions. I think those things will happen, but instead we've been winning just with, like, you know, super efficient creatures and stuff. Okay. I do think this is a keep. think we hold on to Amiria's Call. Like, if we flood out, being able to still have it seems pretty good. We can kind of slow roll maybe this game. We do need another black, but, you know, having Languish, especially if we're against an aggro deck, Languish could just undo them entirely. But yeah. I'd probably play Crypt Breaker on turn 1 just so that I have, you know, some presence. They're going first, so we'll probably know whether or not they're an aggro deck, but I think it's probably still what I would want to do. Well, I guess they'd probably take our Crypt Breaker. I don't know. I don't love that they know we have Languish now, but, you know, that's okay. They did mold to... No, they didn't. Yeah, take the most powerful card, I think, makes some sense. Yeah. They took out the Eldest Reborn, so... Sad. It's a sad day. Play anything off of that, so that feels pretty good. Okay, we do have double black now. Trying to decide if I just want to play the Mauling. I guess I probably do. The bad news about Doomblade is there's a significant chance our opponent will play things we can't kill with it, but I think making sure we have the mana probably worthwhile here. Especially because they do look aggressive to me, so Languish looks like it might be pretty useful. Maybe they're more mid-rangey too with the Surveyors and stuff. Ooh, good draw there. Yeah, so we play our Arena. We do need to find one of our ways to gain life, potentially, just because our Arena can slowly bleed us out, but I'm hopeful that the cards we get out of the deal will keep us from dying. Well, that's annoying. Phoenix of Ash, huh? So, I'm probably going to cast Languish here anyway. So, I kind of think I'm just going to go ahead and block and then Languish here. So we can hold off one more turn and get rid of Phoenix of Ash permanently. That could be worthwhile. Gaining the life from our Contempt will make it a little less painful to take a hit here. Same time, because if I do kill this, they're just gonna unearth it, you know, or escape it. So I think we just pass the turn here. So, I'm going to Vraska's Contempt the Phoenix. Hopefully they don't sack it in response to, like, Village Rites. That would suck. Okay, good. We get rid of it permanently. We gain back some life. Feels pretty good. They know we have Languish, which isn't great news for us, but, yeah. I'm hoping I can draw some sort of creature that pressures them so that they have to add more to the board. Okay, so... I definitely think we want to hold on to removal at this point, so... Okay, well, it doesn't pressure them, but it does stuff, and right now doing stuff is pretty good for us. Yeah. Mostly because it's just a body, and draws us a land, and we can still leave up Doomblade, so... That's not nice. Alright, so I think we'll go ahead and Doomblade the Daredevil here. Oh, you know, that's probably overkill, because now I kind of have to cast Languish. Yeah, I probably didn't do that right. Because if I don't cast Languish, they're just going to take it from me, so... Right? Yeah, so we're just going to Languish here. So I should have held on to the Doomblade. I guess they would have taken the Doomblade too. It kind of is a wash, I suppose. Alright, we are out of removal right this second. Let's hope we find some. We do not. The fact that this can steal our creatures is really bad right here, because our life is so low. I still think we do it. We get to disrupt them a little bit, but I think we may be out of luck in this game. Well, we do get rid of a Torbran, which I don't hate. So they can use this and attack us for 5 here if they want to. Guess that's probably their plan. It's salvageable, but not super salvageable. We need to draw a way to gain life and a removal spell to have a chance. Oh god. We do have Scry, so there's that. Well, there's the removal spell we need. It doesn't gain us life, unfortunately, but it is what we take here. Okay, so we can play this Mind Stone and immediately cash it in. Lord Hold Command would be perfect. Ooh. Okay. If only I had one more white mana, I could do it all. Alright, so I think we play Kaya here. Get rid of the crew. We're still at very little life, so... I guess we're going to put a hold on our upkeep, because we have tons of mana and scrying makes sense. Kind of have to block here because prowess, so that is what we'll do. Good. The good news is our swords can deal with that. No, thank you. We go to 2. So, not quite dead, but we're working on it. Alright, so we're gonna play our knight. Remove, stop. Okay, so... we're gonna do this. I could Swords the Knight, it's true. I don't think that's where we are yet.
For spirit.
We'll probably be there soon, but we're not there yet. You know, even our 1/1 Knight tokens would be pretty good. think it's probably going to be more important for us to swords the Woe Strider, but maybe not. That's not nice. Well, now I do have to swords my own thing to live. It's kind of funny they did that because they're doing it in a way where you're like, haha, you're exactly dead. But now we're not going to be exactly dead. Because now we do swords our own creature here. Yeah, swords our own knight. So then we're gonna scry. Approach would not be bad here, that's for sure. You're not bad either, but I'm not sure you're enough. You certainly pressure them, but... I'm gonna draw 2 cards. But we're going to be dead next turn. So we need to find a way to gain life. We need to try really hard to find a way to gain life or we're dead. So I think we have to put it... I think we put it somewhere we don't get it. We do have the ability to draw off of treasure, but I guess we have to wait till next turn for that to matter, huh? Massacre Worm. That's interesting. Oh boy, Lord Hold Command. That is the business right there. Okay, so that actually will keep us alive. I guess we don't have to do it now, so we won't. And instead, we will...
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
And then Massacre Worm that Woe Strider. They can get it back is the problem. So I probably just want to wait to use Kaya. Yeah. So Lord Hold Command will keep us in this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, pumping first. God, that is a problem. My goodness. Pumping first is probably a good idea, yeah. Okay, so the good news is I can get rid of the commander with Lord Hold Command. So we're going to do 3 damage to any target, and I think we actually also want to sack a permanent to draw 2. So we're going to kill Siege Gang. Ooh, we can just play Massacre Worm, actually. Cancel, cancel. With Massacre Worm, we can wipe their whole board. Although, we want to kill Woe Strider, but yeah. So I think we do this. 3 to them, and make a... Yeah, we're still going to draw. But we're going to do the 3 to them instead. I think we might actually manage to get there, you guys. I think we might do it. We'd have a better chance if I had correctly gained my life first, but you know. Alright, so my turn. So Massacre Worm does exactly what its name says here. Ah, crap. I meant to kill the Woe Strider first, but I just effed that up. Yeah, you still have to lose the life, so... I forgot to exile the Woe Strider first. We might still be okay here, but... Oh yeah, we are still okay. That's good. That's good. Because now I just go like that. And attack for lethal. Whew, Massacre Worm. What they should have done is before the Massacre Worm came down, sack their stuff. So they sort of screwed up there to balance out our screw up. That time we definitely played more like a control deck after our first 2 matches, not really feeling that way. Oh yeah, Massacre Worm is a bomb. It's not always going to be that bonkers, but where it like literally wipes their whole board, but it is a bomb. Yeah, finding ways to gain life twice was a big deal. But yeah, Swordsinger guy after we pumped it was obviously way better. So there you go. I never did change to my playing scene here, did I? There we go. And we need to turn off the record thing because we're not playing Strixhaven. Right, I do think this is good. It would be nice to have one of our early creatures, but we do have a board wipe that can sort of, if our opponent, oh, there's an early creature, but if our opponent had gotten like really out far ahead of us, we could languish and everything would be okay. So, ramp. I think that means we play our Aetherborn here, just to get our shields up a little bit. Yeah, that's a problem. The only good news is that Languish does deal with that problem. But yeah. Let's play our Arena here. Good old Phyrexian Arena. It's from like Plane Shift originally. I remember it was one of the early rares, you know, that I really remember figuring out was good, even though I didn't think giving up 1 life to draw cards was good. Like, you know, why would that be good? So we do need we do already have a 4th land. We have to pay 3 life for it, but we do have a 4th land to languish all of this. And that is what we'll be doing. So the bad news is our Aetherborn will die too, so I may as well attack with it first. Gain some life back before we pay 3 to play this untapped and languish their board. Nice. We even got 2 damage in. Kapow. I could have really tried to be greedy and waited till I got Massacre Worm mana, but I think that would have been a little much. If I knew for sure I was going to draw 2 lands in a row, I would have done that for sure, but... kind of hoping they go for... They do. They went all in on size, which I think is good for us. Oh yeah, now it's really good. Yeah, so we just play Eldest Reborn here. Gross. That was gross. Yeah, and they're hoping, you know, to get some value out of feed, but they haven't been able to. So they're going to have to discard a thing on my next turn. Maybe they have Enchantment Destruction. That would suck a little. But it would still be a 2-for-1, so I wouldn't be completely heartbroken about it. Nice. Well, now we have Massacre Worm to deal with that problem, so I'm not too worried. So we're going to make them discard 1, and then we're going to expert and make them discard another 1, I guess. Yep, we do have Second Sun mana. Maybe we'll actually win a game that way. play our expert. Maybe get rid of Valentin, which I'm down with. Then we end our turn. Yeah, drawing to a turn is amazing, of course. Guess I'm going to get their Angel, right? That seems like the right thing to get. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Vraska's Contempt the Mentor here. Right now we even have Kaya. Yeah, we want their Angel. We're actually going to go wide here. Just in case they have point removal, spot removal. So we'll attack them. Then play Approach. Approach Arena is a nice combo, isn't it? Yeah, so we definitely just Massacre Worm here. Got there. Yeah, I mean, have we gotten our arena every game? Kind of feels like we have. Did almost kill us one game, but we managed to survive just long enough. Yeah, I would have scooped if I was them too. After that Massacre Worm. I would like to win with Approach one of these days, but, you know, it's a good problem to have. So I do think we can keep this. If we hit a third land, that means we get 4 lands because of our Pilgrim. That's what makes it nice. I mean, it's definitely not a great card, especially on the power level scale of Cube. But in a deck like ours, where we have these like big old spells like Massacre Worm and Approach that we want to cast late, we really need to find our land drops. And it does it. And, you know, it can keep coming back in the late game. You can do worse. Do either of you have... No, neither of you are party members. Yeah, I'll play the Knight. Okay, we did draw a third land, which is good. So they're probably an aggro/burn deck, which may not bode well for us, but we'll see. Kind of hoping they just take one here. There's enough things that could happen that they might. So I think I'm going to play the Expert here, go after a card in their hand. You know, if they are a burn deck, like a mono-red burn/aggro deck, taking away anything of theirs, you know, the Mountain's less exciting, but taking away anything can be a big deal against a burn deck, so no matter what it is. Alright, so we do have life gain, and that's good. But I have a feeling this deck can do a ton of damage in a hurry. Morning Sloth. Morning Marshmallow. Okay, well, we can get rid of that. And they don't even gain life off of it. I kind of like that. For now, I think just adding to the board and making sure we hit our land drop is a little better. But yeah. We're going to attack again. I mean, they're pretty sure that we don't have anything. But it's a free attack, so I may as well take it. It's sort of how I look at it. Alright, so we're going to play the Pilgrim here and grab another Plains. Not too far from Realm Cloaked Giant territory, but we'll see whether that's, like, you know, what we do. I mean, I definitely trade for that if I'm able to with my Pilgrim. I kind of doubt I'll be able to. Yeah, I won't be able to. So... Languish, huh? Don't have double black for you, but that would be nice if we did. Yeah, I think we swords Thermo Alchemist here. We've had enough of that. We're playing, Cube, Arena Cube. And we're a black-white, splash-red control deck, basically. Bunch of removal, sweepers. So, do I want to play Crypt Breaker in a world where it's very likely I play Languish or Realm Cloak Giant in the near future? Probably not. I think we make them add more to the board, which they're going to have to do to try to kill us. Man, they have all the burn. Okay, so... I think we just pass the turn here again. Leave up Doomblade. Crypt Breaker is pretty good against all these bodies, I suppose. God, thank goodness I left up Doomblade, huh? That would have hurt so much. Okay, that's good. So I think we go Surveyor, which is a good blocker here. Grab another Swamp. So now we have both our sweepers online, but they're almost out of gas, so I'm not even sure I'll need them. I'm not convinced I will. I almost feel like Crypt Breaker and trying to run them over with tokens and make it is going to be better. Yeah, let's play the Crypt Breaker here. I could have slow rolled them because of our two sweepers, but it just seems... that seems unnecessary to me. Alright, so we definitely just block here. I mean, we can trade all day. They're a lot less likely to be able to trade than we are, so... Alright, so now we play our arena. We do have Castle Ardenvale, which can sort of counteract our life loss from our arena, but our opponent does have tons of burn, so we need to be kind of prepared for that. I could just play a huge Realm Cloak Giant here, and I honestly think that's what I'm going to do. Just play it as a creature. Thank you for the resub, Reverend Duck. So now we just have this huge 7/7, and they don't have anything, so... Ooh. Okay, well now we've got even more coming their way. So, we're gonna attack here. We have lethal next turn now. We're just gonna do the discard. We're gonna lose a swamp. Ooh, that's kind of a problem. They need one more card in their graveyard. But if they get there, that could be a problem. We'd be okay, I think. Okay, so they do get to live one more turn. Good for them. Oh, now they can also use this. Yeah, that's bad. So, they're going to draw a bunch of cards here. Oh, good. Earthshaker can run. This is what I wanted to see. Okay. Thank you for the resub. Sloth versus Platypus. Alright, so we're going to draw a card here. That is a lot of lands. Okay, there we go. There's something that's not a land. That's always nice. Okay. So, you got Vigilance, right? Yes. So you're going to rumble here. I guess maybe playing the Shepherd first would have been smarter, because they might have, like, Shock or something. Yeah, so play the Shepherd here. It can only target one thing, the Kenra that is, so it's not that big of a problem, and I think that just means we win now. Because we can just block the... yeah. So... doesn't mean we actually can't win this turn straight up, but we'll get close. Drop him to 5. And we're going to use Approach. Getting as far out of range of burn as possible. Probably a good call. Because, you know, who knows? Who knows what they have? Oh yeah, that's a dirty draw right there, yeah. Yep. As Sloth vs. Platypus pointed out, if you didn't know, I also have a history YouTube channel called Nitsahone History, where I talk about real-world history, so check that out if you haven't. In addition to the Magic YouTube channel. So we're 5-0 with this thing. You know, I thought it was pretty good, but I think it's played a lot better than I expected. Of course, I was thinking like 5-3, and that could still totally happen. We just have to lose 3 in a row, so. Not that I want to be right. But, you know. Oof. Well, we've had pretty good luck with opening hands. And this is one where if we hit any third land, we're probably in good shape. I think we can keep it. It's a little sketchy, but with the draw steps we have, I think I think we can do it. I'm not planning on doing any Modern Horizons 2 content, no. Uh-oh. We did get a third land, but Scrap Heap Scounger early is a big problem for us. You know, we had an opponent play one late earlier, but didn't really matter, but an early one can really wreck us. Uh-oh, again. Our opponent's trying to run us over. They might find a way to do it. Let's play our Surveyor here. Make sure we get to mana for our Eldest Reborn and Kaya, so... we do need another swamp more than we need a mountain at this point, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Languish should be a good top deck right about now, so yeah. Kind of think we have to block here. Okay, they didn't add anything else to the board, I like that. And Gifted Aetherborn's actually quite good here. I could play Witch Cryptbreaker, though, which also pretty good. I think the Aetherborn play might just be better, though. Because we know we can play Eldest Reborn next turn. If we can block and kill one of these and then Eldest Reborn... yeah. Could also play Kaya next turn. Either one of those gives us a chance now. I think our opponent stumbled a little bit, the way their mana panned out. Well, now they're not going to have so many problems. That Oracle just did some pretty nice work for them. Alright, so you die straight up if I block you, and so do you. But you can come back for all of eternity, and you can't. So... I think we're probably playing Eldest Reborn here and hoping we can disrupt them enough. Oh, God. Okay, top deck Languish. Let's do it. I guess Realm Cloak Giant would do the job, too. Realm Cloak Giant or Languish. Yeah, that doesn't do what we need it to, does it? Well, I think we still go with Eldest Reborn and hope we survive long enough to benefit from it. We make them get rid of a creature here. And yeah, they can get that one back, but it won't be attacking me next turn, and that's what really matters, you know? So they got a Phyrexian Arena on top of their library. They're going to play our Sedgemoor Witch here. I really need a Languish or Realm Cloak Giant. Okay. Oh, I guess they don't, like, make one. They just... Yeah, this just becomes a copy, which is still pretty good, but not quite as good as I was thinking there for a second. I guess if I draw a Swamp, being able to play Rankle and Cryptbreaker would feel pretty good, just in terms of making the game last. I'm hoping they're not going to go any wider than that, but I have a feeling they are. No, they don't. Okay. So, I guess a Kaya here is pretty good. Just because she comes down, gets some damage off the table, and then kind of makes them attack us. It also would get me back my Sedgemoor Witch. Kind of makes them attack Kaya, I should say. If I could play both of these, I'd do it, but Kaya lets me kill something outright right away, and neither of them do. So, let's go with Kaya here. Do I think getting my Witch back is the best thing, or do I want to just get rid of the Scrounger because it hits us harder, and it won't stay dead? We're going to go for the Scrounger. Let's hope they don't have the +1/+1 hexproof trick. Oh, they don't. They have the +2/+2 hexproof trick. Okay. So we're probably dead. They can hit us for 7 here already. Ooh. That's not good. Yeah, they go all out against us, which makes sense. Any trick kills us. I do get to reanimate a thing. Well, the only thing there is to reanimate is my Aetherborn, really. That's not too bad. Alright, so yeah, I think we grab Aetherborn here. And I think we play Swamp. And then I think we want to play the 4/4. Can we stabilize it too? I don't know. It could happen. This is a problem, but you know. So, yeah, if they do make this a copy of this, I'll never be able to kill it. Well, I can do it with one of my sweepers, which I still have both of. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I think we sacrifice the Cryptbreaker and just get a 1/1 copy of it. Okay, now things are starting to get a little bit interesting. So they're going to make me discard a card, which sucks. It'll be my approach. But I can play out both creatures in my hand here, which might mean I can actually attack them for 4. I could also consider the sacrifice, but they'll just give up their Scrounger and get it back for very little. But it won't be able to attack us for a turn, and maybe that alone is worth it. Oh, I can actually discard in response to the trigger. So... Oh no, I won't have enough mana to do it, so... Yeah, alright. Well, we're gonna play Knight of the Ebon Legion. You know, I guess attacking with Gifted Aetherborn here isn't the worst plan ever, now that I think about it. Yeah, let's attack with our Aetherborn here. This can't block, so the only way they could trade for it is if they double block. And I get to go up to 4, which is a pretty big deal against them. Right, and then we play Rankle. There goes our approach. Our opponent has so many things. They don't have anything to hit with the mutate effect, at least, so... they can reanimate, what? Skittering Surveyor is what they would get right now. I mean, they're probably just going to play this as a 6/6 at some point. Well, that's certainly less than ideal. At least we have a mana sink ability, I guess. So, I think we just passed the turn here. Yeah. And they get back nothing with Chapter 3. I like that. Oh, or Skittering Surveyor. They do get something. Nothing super alarming, but, you know, it is another body for them. Yeah, maybe Second Sun, holding on to it, and leaving, not playing the Crypt Breaker would have been better. It's true. Alright, so they've got the card drawing engine now, which is less than ideal. We'd probably make a zombie here. I mean, we have reasons to want mana, I guess, but I think making a zombie here is probably still better than holding onto a land. At some point, that Valky's going to transform, and yeah, I was going to say, here it is. So, I think we just have to pass the turn. Oh, good. They drew 2 really nice cards, and Tyvar's on top of their library. Gross. Yeah, we're in some serious trouble here. It's true. They can play that land now if they want. I can't draw. I only have 2 zombies. These guys are vampires. Oh, after I make the token, I can draw. Except I can't, because this one will be tapped. So, still can't draw, but I'll be able to start drawing. That much is true. Oh, hello. If only... Ooh. We both have Nightmare Shepherd in play. Oh no, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I mean, I guess a bunch of 1/1 copies of their stuff is a lot less scary than what they actually are. But it also weakens our board significantly. It might be the only thing that gives us anything resembling a chance, but I'm not convinced it really does enough because we lose tokens permanently. So we're only going to get back 3 cards. They're going to get back like a bajillion. Yeah, I do get the witch back. It's true. That's true. I can't play her this turn is the problem, but... yeah, we're gonna do it. We lose, I think, no matter what we do here. It's just funny to see all the triggers. Oh yeah, I don't get her. I did get her back actually, but it doesn't really matter. They have the better board. We were gonna die ultimately. It's just funny to see all these triggers, you know. So this will still be alive, and it's huge. So that probably just means we lose. Pretty funny though. And they have like Vivian, and they have all kinds of stuff in their hand. Yeah, we're good. I think I probably had a better chance if I like waited a turn, but I think we were just too far gone to really matter. It was funny to cast Languish, so I did it. Alright, like I said, you know, I was thinking this deck was a 5-3 when we started out 5-0, but we could still definitely end up at 5-3. Yeah, if it had the additional mana to actually play the Witch, that would have been nice, but we did not. No black mana, huh? And I'm going first. I do have access to a sweeper and a Mind Stone. I think we can keep it, but this could end up not going well. As long as we draw 1 swamp, we're in pretty good shape. Well, now we're in better shape, even if we don't draw a swamp. So that's good. But a swamp would be great. Alright, so Sweeper's going to be pretty good here. We might want to Swords that because our Sweeper doesn't actually deal with it. So, you know. I mean, it does, but it can become... it can Eternalize later, and we don't really want to deal with that. Okay, so that will... Oh, no, it's a giant. Why does it have to be a giant? Okay. So, it might be better now to kill Crystalline Giant just because... Yeah. It's going to be more of a problem in the long run. Earthshaker Kenra... I mean, in the short run. Earthshaker Kenra will be more of a problem late, but... Right now, it doesn't concern me a ton. Whereas that giant definitely did. Okay. Our lack of black mana here is troubling. I think we hold on to Mind Stone, like we need it to get to 5 mana, so... Oh god. That's That makes our lives even harder. Oh, yeah. I think we're kind of shafted in this one now. Yeah, we kept a somewhat sketchy hand, and then our opponent has really punished it with things. Like, this costing 6 now is not good. If they, like, play out their hand here and I can top deck a land, we'll be okay. More than okay, we'll probably win. The bad news is Earthshaker Kenra's not that far from eternalizing, so, you know. My goodness. Okay, so we are dead. Started out so dominant, but now we're gonna drop to 5 and 2, it would look like, which is perfectly fine. So now, even if I use Realm Cloak Giant, like let's say we draw a land, Earthshaker Kenra can come back and then drop us to 2. Oof. Okay, we're dead. Yeah. I kept a little bit of a sketchy hand, but like it wasn't a completely insane one. If they hadn't played Thalia, like that's like the one card in that game where like it's, and then when you can't draw your 6th land to cast your newly expensive spell, it's just backbreaking. Tax effects, man. All right, this is a much better hand than that last one. Can curve out a little with some value creatures. Cast Languish if things go sideways. There's another nice little creature. Guess we'll play the Plains on the minuscule chance that they play something we want to Swords on turn 2. It can happen. Not super likely, but it can happen. Okay. So, make them discard a thing. I probably want to play the Pilgrim next, just because I can play Sedge more and then do something else with it later. You know, get value out of it later. Plus, it may be something I want to play and have stick around post Languish, so yeah. So we'll play our Pilgrim here. Kind of looks like they're wanting us to be the beatdown, which does make it tempting to play our Witch. There's too good of a chance that they have like their own Realm Cloak Giant or something. So I'm just gonna play Treasure Map here. Leave up our swords. There's just too many sweepers in white to like just play out our Sedgemoor Witch and hope things go our way. Okay, so I think we're gonna Swords that before it gets crazy. Well, let's Scry first, actually. If I have another removal spell that I can use. Oh, that's a removal spell. Yeah, okay. So now I don't think we Swords. I think we just play Kaya and kill it.
Stand by as innocent people are slaughtered.
Ooh, do they have the hexproof trick? No, they don't have the hexproof trick, but pretty close. Yeah, okay, that's a problem. It does mean our swords would have gotten blanked too, so... At least there's that. So they can blow up my treasure map here if they want to. Yeah, you're not a human, so... Bye-bye, treasure map. Sending the Pilgrim would have just made it die because they gave their creature protection from white, so... I think we just gotta let her die here.
Well, I guess I got in over my head.
She did get in over her head. Wow, that's a good draw. Okay. Alright. Eldest Reborn is bonkers, you know. That's a problem. Sort of. I guess I can swords the... So... Guess we want to swords the 3/3 so we can attack with both our creatures. Yeah. We're going to send both of these at Garrick. It's probably time to just play Sedgemoor Witch and have Languish be more of a backup plan. Although, if I play a third creature...
Accept the consequences, pal.
Yeah, so if I play another creature, Garrick gains loyalty, and that is obnoxious. Oh, he won't be able to use the ability, though. He'll only be able to +1, so yeah, we just play our Sedgemoor Witch here. And end our turn. Right now, we get back Gem Razor. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty gross. So they're gonna get back their Gem Razor here. Oh yeah, Kaya's even better. Good call. Especially because they're about to probably get back. No, they didn't. Interesting. Yeah, Kai's definitely better. You are not wrong.
They're a stampede of one.
Just gotta hunt one more monster. How hard could it be?
Alright, so... we're gonna get rid of the Oracle.
Get out.
You're gonna attack there, and you're gonna attack here.
Why wasn't I strong enough?
So yeah, Languish has sort of become our escape hatch. Should we? Oh, God. So they're gonna hit our Languish here, obviously enough. Oh, interesting. I guess they're like, go ahead, Languish. I wouldn't mind if you languished. So Risk can get pretty nuts in the later part of the game. So we're going to +1 here. And we're going to put the counter onto our Witch. Yeah, put the counter on our Witch.
Don't worry. I got you.
Then... we will attack with the Witch. And also the Pilgrim, I guess. Why not? And we're going to play our Mind Stone. We're going to sack it here. More mana, huh? So we could Languish here, blow up the whole board. We'd get back our Sedgemoor Witch in our hand and get a 1/1. And we'd still have Kaya. So I think that's probably what we do here. I think that is a good plan. Yeah. We even have this too, which isn't entirely dead as a result. Alright, we got there. Kaya plus board sweepers is pretty sweet. Right, so this will be our last game with this deck one way or another. We'll either be 7-2 or 6-3. It was a fun deck. It's been a sweet little control deck. We haven't won with Approach yet. We've had people scoop when we played it. I guess we can count that. Maybe. Luckily, it's not all or nothing. It's all or almost the same amount, which I know isn't as catchy, but that's, you know, what it is. Good hand. Okay, well. Alright, so we're kind of going to curve out here. At least if we draw a swamp, we will, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to attack and then just play Sedgemoor. Feels like we're an aggro deck this game. We got swords to deal with basically anything they might play. So are you going to kill my witch? Oh, kill the knight. That makes sense. That do make sense. Okay. Well, we can still attack here because Menace. So that's what we're going to do. I think we play Mind Stone. And leave up our swords. Okay. Draw, go, huh? Alright, attack with our witch here. Good chance they counter whatever we try to do here, but I still think it's worth playing out the shepherd here. Because if they can't do something about it, it's great. If they can, it's a 1-for-1 trade. And that's not exactly a nightmare. And we still have swords up, so... yeah, I mean, it's... not a big deal. We're still ahead on board, regardless. Well, how about that? Do I swords in response and let them take one of these two other cards? I kind of think that seems pretty good. So, they probably take Approach, but maybe not. Maybe they're worried about damage more than they are me winning with Approach. Yeah. They're not. They are not. Right, well, we're going to hold on to that. We're going to attack with Rankle here. So, we're not going to make anybody discard, or we're not going to use any of Rankle's triggers. We're just going to do damage, but I'm fine by that. Yeah, I think I probably would have taken Rankle. Okay, it makes a little more sense now that they didn't, I suppose. Yeah, so that kills all my guys. Do I want to crack my Mind Stone now? I kind of think I do. I have mana for Eldest Reborn without it, and I think we're going to want to try to rebuild here. So let's crack our Mind Stone. It's almost tempting to play Eldest Reborn here just to start getting it going, but I think there's a good chance they play some big creature at some point. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah. Okay. So if I play Eldest Reborn, it's not going to do anything this turn, but then on a future turn I can get back, like, Rankle or something, and I still have Doomblade to deal with most creatures. I just feel like it pressures them enough that it's worth doing when I also have Doomblade. So let's try. If I didn't have the Doomblade, I think I would have gone a more conservative route here, but I think with the Doomblade, I'm okay with it. Alright, well, they blow it up anyway, so there you go. Okay. So, I guess we're just going to try to play this out as a big creature. Keep the pressure coming, make them have answers for everything. Sooner or later they'll run out of them, right? I'm sure that's what people have been saying against us all day, so... Sooner or later they'll be out of answers, right? Alright, we're actually going to cycle this. I mean, having red would be nice, but I think... We're probably going to draw a Lorehold command now, you know, but... Okay, more removal for us, too. We've drawn more cards than they have at this point. Okay, well, there's something to kill, huh? Ooh, I hope they don't have Field of the Dead. They don't, but they did get Fixing, which is bad enough. So, I think I'm going to Vraska's Contempt. I guess they could play something black that I can't kill. Yeah, we'll Doomblade, actually. Yeah, I guess I deserve it, huh? Cycled away my Raugrin Triome. Oh, hello. Okay, well, let's try to play you as a win condition here. That's what's great about double-face modal cards right there. Alright, so they do get to kill one. Can they kill the other? Not quite. Okay, so you're not a human, so that means I can Vraska's Contempt. I think we'd rather go after Kogla. Just because if they do draw a human, that'll be a nightmare. I guess if I kill the 8/8, it slows the race down a little more. I don't know. There's just too many weird things they could do with Kogla that I don't want to deal with it. So let's just kill Kogla here. And then we attack for 4 in the air. So they're dead in the air next turn unless they find an answer. And they did not. Yeah, so we got there. Got there on a 7-2. Pretty good. Pretty good first draft of the day. Yeah, Kogla does kill artifacts, it's true. It wouldn't have mattered a ton, but... Like, I was just envisioning them, like, drawing a way to bounce the Kogla. Like, you know, Kogla can be removal, and the Gearhulk couldn't. They might also be able to make it indestructible, but I did have an exile spell, so, you know.